The GOP presidential race really heating up as the candidates led by Ron Paul are putting out a flurry of negative ads on both TV and on the internet.
Republican pollster and communication strategist Frank Luntz here to tell us why some of these ads work and, of course, some of them do not. Frank, good to see you here this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Before we get into some of the ads, you study political ads using a technique called dial testing. Give us a brief synopsis of exactly what this is real quick.
I've done now over 2,000 ads, and people react on a second-by-second basis. They use a remote-controlled device. It's about that size. And they react to every word, every phrase, every visual. They turn it up if they agree, they turn it down if they disagree, and we test them on persuasiveness. So the higher you see the lines climb, the more persuasive the ad.
So these are like what a lot of people would see during the debates when we really get into the political season as people watch it, those similar lines. You dial tested two recent ads, anti-Newt Gingrich ads, essentially.
Yes.
The first one is this one from Ron Paul talking about serial hypocrisy.
Newt Gingrich renewed his support for an individual mandate, a key tenet of President Obama's health care law.
Support for an individual mandate? Folks, don't ask me to explain this.
Everything that Gingrich railed against when he was in the House, he went the other way when he got paid to go the other way.
He's demonstrating himself to be the very essence of the Washington insiders.
It's about serial hypocrisy.
All right, so translate that for us, those lines that we saw throughout it. What do they tell you?
When it goes above a 50, it means that it's having an impact. If it goes above a 60, it's a serious impact. That ad was in black and white to grab your attention. They used photographs of the speaker, but the actual words of people who spoke. And that's one of the keys to effective negative ads. A lot of them don't work. The ones that work are credible. They use a specific fact or statistic. They have the actual visual and the voices of people involved, and they deliver a call to action. That one had a very tough ending. So that one was effective against the speaker.
And that serious voice of the announcer doesn't hurt either, right?
No, actually, usually when you get that announcer voice, it's a negative.
Really?
Because then people know what... Anytime that you've got that kind of fake drama, voters turn off.
All right, let's talk about this next ad here. This is from Mitt Romney's camp. And you're not a big fan of this ad. It shows Gingrich and then Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi together on a couch urging a solution to climate change. Let's take a look at the clip real quick and then we'll talk about it.
We do agree our country must take action to address climate change. If enough of us demand action from our leaders,
together we can do this.
Okay, with an ad like this, why not compelling? Why didn't it work?
They got the same black and white, but it seems so manufactured. It seems so fake. And they assumed that by putting Speaker Gingrich next to Speaker Pelosi, that would cause Republicans to react negatively. It didn't, because they know that people talk to each other. Yeah. They have conversations with each other, so it's not credible. What's interesting to me is that Ron Paul is running the most negative campaign in Iowa as he's climbing in the polls. And I'm surprised that he's not more focused on building his own support rather than pulling the speaker down.
Although apparently maybe that's why. Maybe he sees that it's working as we see his support rising. Good to have you with us this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you.